From the picky eating habits of mosquitoes to the surprising uses of moose antlers, we've got a treasure trove of intriguing tidbits to share. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Incredible Facts. Get ready to dive into a world of fascinating trivia that will leave you amazed and enlightened. Whether you're a history buff, a nature enthusiast, or just love learning something new, you're in for a treat. Let's jump right in and explore these amazing facts. 30 incredible facts to make your day. Not all mosquitoes bite humans, and some species of mosquitoes are very picky, preferring specific species of monkeys, birds, or even other insects. While all turtles and tortoises need to breathe air like us, some species can stay underwater longer. They have special bladders in their shells that work like gills, allowing them to extract oxygen from water without using their lungs. Earl Wild, an accomplished American pianist, can lay claim to two interesting technology related piano milestones. In 1939, he became the first pianist to perform a recital on US television, and in 1997, he became the first pianist to stream a performance over the internet. Sandcats are found throughout regions in Africa, Central Asia, and the Middle East, but studying them is particularly frustrating for researchers. The cat's highly adapted paws, which are covered with wiry black fur to protect the pads of their paws from scorching desert sand, render their footprints almost invisible. As any tennis player, amateur or professional, can tell you, a fresh tennis ball is important to good play, and the staggering number of tennis balls they go through at Wimbledon, the oldest and most prestigious tennis tournament in the world, reflects that. Over the course of the 2-week tournament, they go through an average of 54,250 tennis balls. The stethoscope was invented in 1816 by a French physician who was motivated by a desire to accurately and modestly diagnose heart problems in women. The stethoscope transmitted sound to the doctor's ear more effectively than by putting an ear against the chest and allowed the doctor to listen without touching his ear to the woman's body. If you've ever dreamed about hiking to the end of the rainbow, in search of treasure or otherwise, we've got some bad news for you. You'd never get there. Rainbows are actually circular and have no end. They only appear as arches in our field of view due to the curvature of the Earth. If you ever have the good fortune to see a rainbow from an airplane or other high location, you'll see the whole circle. You can tell how writers collaborated on a film by looking at how the writing credits are formatted. An ampersand symbol means the writers work together as a team, while the word and indicates they worked on the script separately. For instance, in the credits for the film Toy Story, the writers are listed as John Lasseter, ampersand Pete Docter, and Joe Ranft. This means John and Pete worked together on the script, and later, Joe worked independently on subsequent drafts. Hyperdontia is a condition where extra teeth, called supernumerary teeth, grow in your mouth. They can appear anywhere in the curved areas where your teeth connect to your jaw. This area is known as the dental arches. The old wives' tale of storm babies, babies born as a result of large storms, actually has some merit. A scientific review of delivery data and local barometric pressure found that sudden changes in barometric pressure increased the chances of rupture of the fetal membrane and the start of the delivery process. Mushroom aficionados use wicker baskets or mesh bags to gather mushrooms in the field. Not only does the airflow around the mushrooms help keep them fresh, but more importantly, it allows the mushroom spores to disperse freely as they walk, seeding a new crop of mushrooms along the way home. Despite the numerous things that were rationed in Britain during World War II, the British government went to great pains to never ration fish and chips in order to keep morale in Britain high. French dip sandwiches did not, as the name might imply, originate in France. They were instead first created in Los Angeles and called French dip sandwiches because of the style of bread used. In the 9th century, the Byzantine Empire had a system of mountaintop beacons, not unlike the beacons of Gondor in The Lord of the Rings, that stretched 720 kilometers across Asia Minor. The beacon line was very efficient, and based on modern experiments, a message could be transmitted from the furthest point all the way back to Constantinople within an hour. Shooting basketballs underhand or granny style is significantly more effective statistically, as it gives your shot far better arc and spin. But professional players shy away from it because it is perceived as uncool and silly looking. Sperm whales have been observed sleeping in a vertical position near the surface of the water where they cycle through a slow drifting dive, sinking down into the water and then, in their sleep, swimming back up to the surface again. During the last ice age, there was a species of giant beavers the size of black bears found in North America. Fossil remains of the giant beavers have been found as far south as Florida and as far north as Alaska and the Yukon. Contronyms are words with multiple and opposing meanings. For example, the word fine can indicate excellent, as in they used their fine china dishes for dinner, or good enough or acceptable, as in he felt fine after throwing the ball too hard. The average depth of the ocean is around 3,682 meters. Frogs can stay in the tadpole stage of development for extended periods of time if environmental conditions aren't right for their metamorphosis to continue. Buttermilk has no butter in it. The milk is called such because it's what is left over after the fat is removed to make butter. Hockey is the only major sport divided into 3 periods, as opposed to other larger or smaller intervals like innings, halves, or quarters, due largely to how tough play is on the ice and the necessity of refinishing the surface with a Zamboni machine between periods. Alien hand syndrome is a rare but unsettling condition wherein a person's hand moves and performs actions without the person having conscious control over it. A Quaker gun is a deception tactic that was commonly used in warfare during the 18th and 19th centuries. Although resembling an actual cannon, the Quaker gun was simply a wooden log, usually painted black, used to deceive an enemy. The name is derived from the nickname for the Religious Society of France, or Quakers, and their religious opposition to war and violence. In decades of service, and despite being targeted by over 4,000 enemy missiles, no SR-71 Blackbird long-range reconnaissance aircraft was ever hit by an enemy missile thanks to its speed. Moose antlers aren't just for defense and mating rituals. They also help the moose hear better by reflecting sound towards its ears. Crepuscular animals are creatures that are most active during twilight, the period of dawn, dusk, or both. This is distinguished from diurnal or nocturnal behavior, where an animal is active during the hours of daylight or nighttime, respectively. When a decapitated flatworm regenerates its head, it also regains the trained behaviors retained by its old one. Traditionally, the flight numbers of northbound-eastbound flights are even, and those of southbound-westbound flights are odd. The Zamboni machine, the tractor-like device used to refinish the surfaces of ice rinks, was invented by Frank Zamboni, an ice salesman who, thanks to the advent of compressor-based refrigeration, went into the ice rink business. And there you have it, 30 incredible facts to make your day a little brighter. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment, as it really helps the channel out. Don't forget to subscribe to Know Your Deets for more fascinating content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay curious And you have a great day.